Ouchi Gari, let's do it. So my partner has a square stance right now just to make it a little bit easier. My lead leg, my lead arm is on the collar, lead leg is forward, okay, back leg there. All right, guys? Now from here, I'm gonna take a small step forward with my lead leg, and my back leg is gonna back step over here. Now I'm gonna swing my leg, all right, turn my hips, and hook his leg. You can also drop to your knee as well. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how to break this movement so you can learn how to be efficient, learn how to do the kazushi with the arms, learn the leg movement and the positioning, and learning how to use your hips. Then we're gonna get into more advanced setups. For the first part, we're gonna practice making sure that we're using our hips, okay? So you guys are gonna be here. If I'm a lefty, so my left hand's gonna be forward, left leg forward. But if you guys are righties, you guys can swap it out, guys, okay? So from here, I'm gonna take a small step with my left foot, guys, turning my foot slightly, and then I'm gonna back step hard. As I back step, okay, what's really important is you bring your hips forward. A big mistake is just to come here and you're not using your hips, so you're not gonna have any power, all right? So as soon as you back step, you're gonna throw your hip into the wall like this, guys. All right, so look, at my lead leg steps, all right, back foot here, and I throw my hips forward, and I try to keep my hips square to the wall. This is really important, all right? So I'm here. All right, so you guys can do a bunch of reps like this, all right? And that helps you, teach you how to bring your hips forward. Now we're gonna learn how to be efficient with our leg work. All right, so when you're starting here, your partner is gonna have a squat stance, kind of like he's doing a wall sit, and his legs a little bit wider apart, guys, and shoulder width over here. Now, from here, there's two ways you can do this, all right? For the first one, right, I'm gonna use just my hands on the wall, because it's gonna be a little bit easier. So I'm here, I'm gonna start with my lead leg forward, lead arm forward, all right? And now look, I'm gonna step deep over here, guys, in between his legs, turning my foot slightly. I'm gonna do the same back step that we did earlier. And as I do that, my hands are gonna come and press onto the wall over here. And you gotta really make sure that when you guys do the back step, that you're bending your knees over here like this. Okay, now I'm gonna use my leg and I'm gonna swing and open, and I wanna open his leg as much as I can. What you don't wanna do is just having your hip too perpendicular to him, and then you guys hook over here and you're not gonna have enough power. You really have to practice throwing your hip and then opening your leg over here for the Ouchi Gari. This is what this drill is gonna teach you guys. So look, all together, 1, 2, look, like this. Your partner should land on the side, on the other side over here. All right, so again, slowly, I'm here, hey, front leg steps, back foot here, hands press off the wall. Now I really swing that leg. I should end up facing in this direction, and my partner should fall in front of me. The next way you guys can do this is without using your hands on the wall. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult because you have to hold your balance up. So I'm here, I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but I'm not gonna press into the wall over here like a push-up. So I'm here, 1, 2, and now just hips over here. So this is much more difficult. But once you guys get good at the movement, you guys can do it like this as well. So I'm here, 1, 2, and now my hips have to generate all the force in my body instead of using some of the wall, the push off the wall to get momentum. All right, now we're gonna be doing static Uchi Komis, which just means entries. And we're gonna be focusing a lot on the arms, the off balancing or the kazushi with your arms, okay? So I'm gonna be here. I like to grab right by the collarbone with my lead hand. My lead leg's gonna be forward, all right? And I'm gonna hold right behind my partner's elbow over here, guys, okay? For now, for this one, I'm not gonna worry about about throwing my leg for the first few reps. So normally we do 9 or 10, and then we can throw on the 10th one. So from here, I'm gonna take a small step forward with my lead leg, big back step, and as I back step, my arms are really gonna open, and I'm gonna go chest to chest with my partner and bring my hips forward like we did in the earlier drill. All right, so look, I go 1, 2, and I open them up here like this. 1, 2, and the goal here is to be pulling my partner slightly onto his toes, slightly forward onto his toes. Okay, and then now you guys can make that faster as you get more experienced. And then once you guys finish 9 or 10 of those reps, then you guys are gonna throw your leg, and you guys can throw on the 10th one, right? You can swing your leg through like we did on the last wall drill and finish the throw. So 1, and then let's say I got to the 10th rep, then I can throw over here to finish the set. As you get more practice with the Ouchi Gari, you want to make your static Uchi Komis or your static entries very quick, guys, all right? So I'm going to be here, right? So eventually they will look like this. So I go 1, 2, very fast, 2, 3, and then you guys can throw the leg fifth or 10. I like to do 9 and then throw on the 10th one. Another way that you guys can practice that static Uchi Komi, or you can also add the throw into it, is by pushing him back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like an Ouchi Gari motion with my leg. So my front leg is going to step forward. I'm going to do a back step here. I'm going to crowd him, all right? So I'm going to be here, 1, 2. Now I just push him. Now, as he's going back, I'm going to pull him back onto his toes, and then I'm going to do another entry over here. And I can just make an Uchi Komi just an entry, or I can make that into a throw. All right, so I'm going to be here. I'm close to him. I'm going to crowd him over here. Now I go 1, 2, and I can throw him, or you guys can just make that into an entry. The next drill you guys can do is a solo drill. So you can practice this movement by itself once you guys get the hang of it. And then this is great if you don't have a training partner. I like to use these kind of drills to warm up for a jiu-jitsu or judo tournament. So the solo drill, same thing, lead leg, lead arm forward, guys, all right? You just take a small step forward and to the side, back step, and then now look, you guys can throw your leg through. You're gonna think about drawing a big circle on the ground with your big toe like this, and then really turning your hip as much as you can. All right, and make sure that you stay on your toes of your back leg. So 1, I'm on my toes here, and then I swing my legs through, guys. Right, so all together, boom, and I'm using my arms to open him up as well. So put pressure down with my arms, step, and open him as I go to enter. And that's a great drill to help develop your technique, and you can do it on your own. Another important detail for this drill is if you do it properly, you should end up losing your balance and wanting to go forward at the end of it. So 1, 2, and then I should end up, my momentum should take me forward. So one more time here. I should come forward at the end of it. So the easiest way to practice this throw is with your partner having both of your hands on your shoulders or close to your shoulders, all right? So I'm here. Okay, look, I'm gonna have my lead hand on the collar, lead leg forward, same, everything the same as earlier. And now I'm gonna make the footwork, okay? Now, as I go to make the footwork over here, right, I'm gonna swing this leg through. Okay, sometimes before you're able to develop this technique really well, you might not be able to pull the partner's leg all the way through, but that's okay, you can still finish. Hook it and turn your hip into it as much as you can, and then just push your partner forward to finish the technique, all right? So I go 1, 2, I hook it as much as I can, and I push him straight back over here like this. 1, 2, I hook, and I just push him back as much as I can. Next way you guys can do this technique is the exact same thing we did, but dropping to your knee. When you throw your leg, your lead leg through, you're just gonna follow all the way through, and then once it finishes, you're gonna drop to your knee, and that helps drive your opponent down to the ground as well. And it's a little bit easier when you guys are starting out, but you should practice doing it both ways so you can develop both. All right, so I'm gonna be here. I go 1, 2, and now I drive down to my knee, and then I'm gonna end up on my partner. The only drawback with this technique is that you're able to, your partner's a lot of the time gonna be able to close the guard on you, but it's a great technique. You have all your momentum coming forward, and then you gotta be able to deal with the guard, but great way to get those 2 points for jiu-jitsu. So we're gonna go over the hopping Ouchi Gari. This is a super easy technique to pull off and has a very small learning curve. So the same thing, guys, I'm gonna make the same entry. All right, lead leg forward, okay, back leg, back step. Hook his leg as much as I can. Once I've got his leg up in the air, I keep it hooked, and I'm gonna drive him straight back. I can take him to this corner, I can take him to the other corner, or I can go straight back. It doesn't really matter, right? Because I can hop forward faster than he can hop backwards. So I just keep hopping, 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 keeping his leg elevated until I can get the takedown. So in that last one, we went straight back. This time I'm gonna take him to this corner. So I'm gonna make the same entry over here, and now I'm gonna hop and drive him to that corner. So you can also finish him to the other corner. So 1, 2, and now I can hop him over here as well to finish. So now you guys are gonna practice the circle Ouchi Gari. So you're gonna practice as your opponent steps, you're gonna catch it and open your leg all the way, all right? Just like we did on the wall drill. So this one takes a little bit more time to practice, and you definitely have to develop the wall drill first before you guys can pull this off in a live situation. But here it is. So I'm gonna be here, all right? So my lead, if I'm holding left, and my left leg is gonna be my lead leg, all right? So what I'm gonna do is, you can step a couple of times with your partner to get the timing, right? So we're gonna be here. He's gonna move with my lead leg. So we're gonna start here, and we can just kind of take a couple of steps together. And every time he takes a step, I'm pulling with the collar and making him take a bigger step. So as we go back, I really pull with the collar, all right? So you can do this a few times just to get your partner's rhythm. And afterwards, I'm gonna pull him, but my leg's gonna stay here. and then it's gonna end up hooking his leg. So as he takes a step, just take a slow motion step. As he takes the step, I'm gonna hook, and I'm gonna open his leg all the way to the side over here. Here, and then as he takes a big step forward, I hook his leg, and I catch. And remember, you always have the option of dropping down to your knee as well too. It's a little bit easier to finish that way. So I'll show you the finish from standing. I'm here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get Braden to show this. He's our judo coach here at DNA and a brown belt, an excellent competitor in jiu-jitsu and judo as well too.
Okay, so I'm gonna show it right on right because I'm ready. So right hand's gonna get like the collarbone. Left hand's gonna grab like right before the elbow. So when I'm here, I'm gonna take a cross step with my right hand, across. As I take a cross step, I'm gonna straighten this arm as I'm gonna pull him in this direction, here. So I'm gonna pull him here, and as he's taking a step with his other foot, that's when I'm gonna hook it for the Ouchi Gari. Okay, so I'm gonna show the cross step Ouchi Gari. So I'm gonna grab right, I'm gonna take a cross step with my right foot here, as like kind of like going, as I'm running away. As I run away, this arm's gonna be straight, and I'm gonna pull him towards my back here. So I'm gonna pull him, and as he's taking a step with this foot, I'm gonna hook it for the Ouchi Gari. I'll do it quick.